Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to use force fields in Blender. I'm going to be using Blender 5.1. Now, the cool example here is we're going to look at how to add it to particles. So how you can make a force field affect actual particles that are being emitted, which is really fun. We're also going to just quickly look at how you can make it affect rigid bodies. So we've got these boxes here that we've added to the scene, and they just kind of like get affected and fall over, right? And then there's another example, which I'll quickly show you. We're also just going to have a look at how to make it affect cloth. So this is a fantastic beginner tutorial. We're looking at these few basic examples. You just need Blender 5.1. You can download it for free or a newer version, and you can follow along. You don't need any plugins. You don't need to pay for anything. This is completely free, all built into Blender, and you can utilize it in your project. So let's jump in, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so cloth is one of my favorite things to use force fields for. So let's go ahead and select all of the default objects in a new document inside of Blender. We're gonna press delete, and now we're gonna go Shift A. We're gonna go to our mesh option. Let's just add in a plane, keeping things super simple. And let's hit Tab on a keyboard just to go into edit mode. All of this should be active. You're gonna right click and go subdivide. Then come here to your subdivide tab, and let's give it something like 30 cuts. And let's drop that down. And then what you can do, you can go to your front view, and with all of the seal selected, you can go RX90 and just hit enter. And then what you want to do, you just want to select these top vertices like so. Or maybe even let's just grab these two here and hold in shift and just grab these two for now. And then let's go over to our data properties. Let's go to the vertex groups and click plus and go assign. And you can just double click on this and call it pin. You can call it whatever you want, but it's just so we know that these two verts, or these four verts, we just want them to stay in, keep the cloth suspended, okay? So it'll make sense in a second. Let's go back into object mode. With this cloth selected, go over to your physics, give it a cloth, okay? And now that it has a cloth, scroll down to the collision. You just wanna make sure that self collision is enabled. This just means the cloth can interact with itself, okay? And then what we wanna do is just come here to the shape, and under the pin group, let's just select that group we created called pin. And now for the magic, if we come to frame 1 and we hit the spacebar, you can see this is now simulating. Okay, you can right click and go shade smooth. Now this is really boring, right? What we can do better here is add a force field now, some wind. So how do we do that? You simply go Shift A, and then you'll see there is actually an option down here called force field. And let's add one, and we're gonna add in wind, okay? Then you can take this wind, and it's very self-explaining. You can see it as an arrow. So if you point the arrow towards the object you want to add the wind to, then you go back to frame 1 and you hit the spacebar, you're gonna see that there may be no movement. That's not because this isn't working. It's just that the wind strength by default is very low. So with it selected, go over to your physics, okay? And even after you've added an object, you can change the type, but we're gonna leave it as wind. We're gonna come here to the strength, and let's make it 350. And now let's come to frame 1 again, hit the spacebar, and it's actually working, but because it's hitting it straight on, it's just not catching it. So we're just gonna go R and just rotate it slightly off to the side like so. Then go back to frame 1, and now if we hit the spacebar, you should see it is actually blowing. Look at that, okay? And you can come here with this force field selected, and you can come to your physics, and you can take the strength up to anything you want. So I can make it 1,200 if I want. And now you can see it's much stronger, okay? So now we have a force field blowing over here like that. So very, very nice. Cool. I'm gonna make sure just to save this to my desktop as an example. So in the next example, let's select these objects. We'll just go ahead and press delete. And then let's go Shift A, let's go to our mesh options, add in a UV sphere. Right click and go shade smooth. S to scale it down a bit. And let's go G, X, move it over like so. Then let's go to our physics. Actually, let's go to our particles instead. We're gonna go to our particles here. We're gonna go ahead and go new, or hit the plus here. We'll keep it as emitter. But what we'll do here is we'll go to the viewport display, and we can bring the size of these things down a little bit like that. If you were to come to frame 1 and just hit the spacebar, you can see all of these little spheres, little particles, if you will, they're falling out. And like I said, you can come over here to the viewport display under the particle settings and just make it whatever size you want, okay? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guy, I'm gonna go Shift D to duplicate, move another one across here like so. And now you can see they're both sort of raining particles. And now we're gonna go Shift A, and we're gonna go to our force field. And this time we'll grab a force, and then we'll go to frame 1 and we'll hit the spacebar. And now, just like before with this force selected, go over to the physics and let's give it a strength of 200. And you can see in this case, it has a lot more influence on the particle. So we can bring the strength maybe down to 50. And now you can see, look at that. We have the particles sort of being spewed out. So this would be fantastic if you were making like a star simulation. We have like a supernova or a neutron star emitting particles at the poles, or however that works, right? You get the idea here. And it's just so much fun to be able to move these things around and get them to have different effects on the particles as you move it, right? If I move it here, I can move it here. So that's a very fun and simple way to use this on particles. So another thing we could potentially do, we can go Shift A, let's just go to our mesh option, let's add in a plane, S to scale it up, let's go G, Z, move it down. We'll go over to our physics and we'll give this a rigid body. We'll also give it a collision, so the particles coming off here bounce off there. So we go to frame 1 and hit the space bar. You can see it falls, but with the plane here, also just make sure to come to the physics first, and then just come to the rigid body type and change it from, under the rigid body, change the type from active to passive, and change the shape here to mesh. So change the collision shape to mesh instead of convex hull. So now you can see these particles are kind of falling on here and bouncing off because we also added that collision over here. But what we can do, we can go Shift A, we can go to our mesh options, add in a cube, S to scale that cube down, Control A and apply to scale. Then let's go to our rigid bodies, give it under our physics, just a rigid body. Let's leave it as active, but we'll come to the shape here and make it box. And now if we go to frame 1 and we hit the spacebar, we can see that the rigid body is also getting affected. So if I were to actually grab this box here and kind of place it here on the ground, like so, and then go Shift D to duplicate and move another cube just slightly on top of it. And then maybe duplicate another one, put it slightly on top. If I hit the spacebar starting frame 1, you can see the force is actually pushing these and sliding these to the side until they topple over. So now you can see we have particles, rigid bodies, and in our previous example, a cloth simulation all being affected by force fields. And there are all sorts of cool things. You can combine force fields. You can go to your force fields here and add in a vortex, and then go over to the physics and then give that like a strength of something really strong. And now you can see it's starting to spin this stuff around here, but that's maybe a little bit too crazy. So maybe I can make that more like 70. And now if I go to frame 1, hit the space bar, you can see it is having an effect, but I might have to move it over to the side a bit. You can also play around with the actual size of the object by coming here to the data properties and increasing the size. But you get the idea here. You know, it's a kind of a cool thing you can play around with and try out. I think it's just a lot of fun. But yeah, try out force fields. Thank you for watching.